There's some really scary stuff going on right now. I've had a number of conversations with people that are just like having anxiety just bubble up, between what's going on with COVID and economic situation and just the social isolationism, not really being able to gather the way that we're used to, not being able to touch one another. It's really evoking a lot of fear, a lot of concern, a lot of doubt, wondering what's going to happen. My name is Felicia Searcy, your Dream Life Activator. It is my joy to be your partner in believing. And in this live, I want to help you understand what you can do when that fear starts bubbling up. Because the thing about it is, fear is part of living. It comes up. And so rather than let it derail you, let's let it actually become the fuel to help you move forward. And if you want more of this kind of conversation, join my Facebook group, Ultimate Life Now. I put the link up in the description where we go deeper into this, where you allow me to really help you with these kinds of experiences and conditions, especially when moving forward with your dream. And I do live trainings every month as well, where we get together in a Zoom room and I pour into you. All right, so what do? Fear's popped up. It's talking. Do you even go to the grocery store? Should you move forward with the initiative that's just been knocking at the door of your heart, or do you wait? Well, one of the things I want to help you understand about the nature of fear, a couple of things about fear. Number one, it's a misuse of your imagination. That when you are experiencing fear, what you are doing in that moment is using your imagination to terrorize yourself. See, we have this remarkable gift called our imagination, where we see images. Now, the thing about those images is that those images are the origin, the starting point of all creation. What most people don't understand is that you can actually choose the images that you mentally rehearse in your imagination. Most people let what's going on out here determine what you're mentally rehearsing in your imagination. Why this is so important is because whatever the movie is that you're showing in your mind then becomes the organizing system for you, the way you feel, your actions, and the results that you'll actually allow yourself to experience. And so when you're running scary images, when you're running a scary movie, then the only thing you can do is think scary limiting ideas, which then lead to scary limiting actions, and your world becomes so much more limited. It becomes smaller. Now, I'm not saying to do anything foolish. I'm not saying to throw caution to the wind. And there's when you learn to use your imagination intentionally, effectively, you will then hear ideas and see opportunities that have been there all along, but you can't access them from the place of scary, from the place of this is just really scary, that there's some really hard things that are happening. I also want you to hear that I am not negating what's going on. There are some really tough things that are happening in our world right now. And you want to embrace the human experience, but you don't want it to freeze you. You don't want it to stop you in fear. So let me share with you a technique that I learned from my mentor that has been remarkably helpful in staring down and transforming fear and transforming it into faith so you can keep your feet moving forward in the things that are important to you. And one of the things that I work on with people is putting your faith and moving your feet forward faithfully towards building the life that you love, toward building out your dream. All right, so let me talk about the phenomenon of making a date with doubt, that you actually put a date on the calendar. So you're humming along and then all of a sudden you just feel this shot of fear moving through your system, or there's this low-level anxiety that's just been hanging out. And you notice how you're mentally rehearsing that, you're projecting the worst that you've got in your mind. Your mind is now running with thoughts and images that are scary. They're literally taking your breath away with the fear. Here's what you want to do when you find yourself caught up and the misuse of your imagination. And you can tell because you can feel the fear, you can feel the anxiety in your body. Number one, you want to put a date on your calendar. Thank you. So just for you all to know, for whatever the reason, I can't see the people that are here, and I can't see your comments or when you're doing little emojis. So I'm just wrapping my arms around you, knowing that you're here. All right. So number one, date with doubt. When you feel the fear starting to come up, get out your calendar and literally put a date on the calendar that you will talk to your fear, that you will talk to your doubt. Friday at 3 o'clock, date with doubt. You literally have it on the calendar. Now, when you're going through your life and you're building a dream, you're building the life that you love, when fear wants to start talking to you, you say, we got a date on the calendar. Now, once you get the hang of this and you start to master it, you can have a date with doubt, say once or twice a week. Sometimes in the beginning you need to do it every day, that you need to have that conversation every day, but you've sequestered it, that you have said, here's the time that I'm going to talk to doubt. So when doubt wants to start talking to you at a time outside of your appointed time, you say, nope, you don't get airtime right now. I'm not talking to you right now. I'm going to talk to you today at 3 or Friday at 3 or whenever it is. Then you want to make sure that you keep that date. You want to make sure that you sit down and have that date with doubt. When it is time for you to have that date with doubt, bring a journal with you and let your doubt talk. And just say, all right, doubt, what have you got for me? What have you got to tell me? And just let it spew. And you want to write everything that comes to you down, everything that's getting activated in the misuse of your imagination where you're terrorizing yourself. You just write it all down until you've exhausted it. Then ask, is there anything else that you want to tell me? And you're talking to your fear. Then here's what you want to do, and I encourage you to write these questions down. If somebody can put them in the chat, that would be great. Number one, ask yourself, is this happening right now? Is this fear happening right now? And I want you to really go to where you're really afraid, not to the things that are building up to it, not to the things that potentially could lead to it, but that it's really happening. That, you no longer have a home to sleep in. You don't have any food in the refrigerator because you don't have any money in the checking account. That, your spouse left, your partner left, that somebody is dying. And I'm not saying that some of this stuff is not real and it's not happening, but I want you to stay with me with this. And so ask yourself, is this happening right now? And 99% of the time, no, it's not happening right now. Now, number two is the question that you're working with, whether it's actually happening or it's an imagined happening. The question to work with at number two is, if this happens, if my worst fear comes true, or if it is happening right now, do I know that my God and I can handle it? My Creator, the animating force, the force for love, the love that the very energy, the creative life force that woke me up this morning. Do I know that power and me will be able to handle it? And you want to stay there until you have a solid yes. Now, a process of this is really opening yourself up to understanding the power that moves through you, this remarkable creative force that wove you into existence and only desires good for you. The more you're able to make yourself available to that power and really be present in that power, the more you're able to access that power, the more that you know that there is a power moving in you that's greater than any outside factor condition. You want to stay there until you have a solid yes. I know that there is a power moving in me that's greater than any outside factor condition, and that we can handle it. My God and I can handle it. It's not happening now, or it's not happening full on, or even if it is, I know my God and I can handle it. Then, when you have a solid yes, You want to ground yourself back in images, and the people that I work with, ground yourself in your vision. Ground yourself in the thing that's seeking expression through you, the thing that brings you most alive. You want to consciously bring the use of your imagination. Here's the thing I want you to hear. You have the ability to choose what images you are mentally rehearsing in this movie theater of our mind called our imagination. So you're breathing into the fear. You want to breathe into the fear. Is it happening right now? No, it's not happening right now. If it happens, do I know that my God and I can handle it? Yeah, let me breathe into that. Let me ground that in my being. Yes, I don't know how to do it, but there's a power in me that's moving through me. There's a power greater than me, greater than these outside facts and conditions that are moving through me, that I know together we can handle this. Ground back in images that bring you alive, that absolutely bring you alive. For those of you who have a dream, that have a vision, bring that vision to mind. You know, those of you that are working with me, pull your vision out and read it. Pull your travel size version out and read it. Then ask yourself, what can I do where I am with what I have? You want to identify an action step that you can take right now, and then you want to take that action step. All right, so here are the steps. Make a date with your doubt. Hey Shirley, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I'm talking about what to do when the fear kicks in, and sharing with you how to make a date with your doubt. So when the fear kicks in, put a date on the calendar. I'm going to talk to you, doubt, on this date. Then you want to make sure you keep that date. On that date, let your fear talk. Pour it out. Number 2, ask yourself, is this happening right now? After you pour it out, there's questions that you ask yourself. Number one question, is this happening right now? Chances are, no, it's not. Number 2, if this happens, if my worst fear comes true, do I know my God and I can handle it? You stay there till you have a solid yes. Number 3, bring your vision to mind. Bring your dream, bring your desire. You want to activate the use of your imagination intentionally, showing images that bring you alive instead of terrorizing you. So bring to mind those images that bring you alive. Number 4, ask, what is an action step that I can take? What can I do where I am with what I have right now? You want to put yourself into action, put yourself into motion. And then number 5, take that action. So identify the action step and then take the action. All right, so I do monthly masterminds, I do live Q&As. If you want to join in on the fun, get in on the conversation, join my Facebook group, Ultimate Life Now. I put the description up in, I put the link up in the description. Join, come hang out. Let's get into this conversation deeper. Love to hear your comments about how you are having a date with your doubt and what's happening for you as you are staring that doubt down and transforming the use of your imagination into right use of imagination. All right, again, my name is Felicia Searcy, your Dream Life Activator. It is my joy to be your partner in believing. Your dream is my passion. Mwah! God bless.